Med says good morning to you both. Yeah, cheers. Get my copy of that. If you'll notice, Meds, we are playing in early access. I'm pretty sure it's all good with you. Piques your interests. We'll go with the black pants. I can move around. Those are some interesting pants. They were some stitched pants. We'll go with these pants. Lamborghini. Oh, shit. Brown shoes. There we go. Thank goodness I can sleep easy tonight. I know, right? We are playing Eco. And it is the middle of the night. Luckily, the moon is shining. Another survival? It is. It's a ecology survival. Eco. No. If you'll notice up there, there's an asteroid floating around, and we have 29 days until it hits this planet and blows us sky high. So we have to figure out a way to build up our technology. We have skills, a skill tree, which we need others to help with eventually. Make this society. We got to keep ourselves alive. Yeah. I don't think I've seen what beans look like yet. Oh, okay. All right. We can eventually cause pollution, which apparently causes like the waters to rise. I don't know if climate change happens or anything yet, but Every action has a consequence in ways. Yep. Very involved for an early access, I agree. Uh-oh.
Hello, can anybody hear me now?
You hear me now?
I'm guessing so, because I'm getting little flashy things on my screen. I feel really stupid now. What an actual amateur thing to do.
I've done
Yeah. Oh man. Catrilo did it the other day. She was chatting away and she was smiling and laughing and everything, and nobody could hear what she'd said.
it. Speaking of Chatty, though, she just leveled up in my chat, so she's lurking around here.
She's a sneaky one, that Catrilo.
She is.
Right, so the first thing we've got to do, guys. Hey, Smeds Gaming. Welcome to my side of the stream. First thing we should do is try and find somewhere fairly flat that we can actually start to think about making a base or setting things down. I'm quite liking this area here, actually.
Here's a crazy thing about this game. If you'll notice, in the bottom left corner, it says nutrition. It shows a pie graph. This shows your daily skill points from nutrition, and it has carbs, protein, fat, vitamins, and you have to keep them all kind of based, like evened out, balanced, have a balanced diet, and that judges how many skill points you get per day. So then you can upgrade your professions depending what you're working on.
Oh, Lambo, that's awesome. We'll have to get together and to discuss that. Also, my stream isn't lagging, is it? I would hate to think it was. I'll try and do something smooth for a bit. It's a bit of a jerky game, to be honest, because it is still alpha.
Yeah. Finally, an actual survival. Might have a look at this myself. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, Smeds. If you do, we are going to be looking to make a little society here, because we need, again, everybody has their own profession to work or to do stuff, to specialize in.
Yeah. So we would be quite interested in putting together a kind of a community who maybe play on this server, so we could all work together for a common goal. And there isn't, I just want to say this now, there is no PvP in this, so before anybody asks, this is a purely co-op game. No worries, Lambo. Take care, man. I'm jumping about a little, not too bad though. Alright, what I'll do is I'll take the camera off, just in case that's causing it. I could even turn down. Oh, the camera more than the game. Ah, that's not so bad. Right, excellent. That should be good. Just keep me updated, Smeds. Thank you very much. And Lambo, I'll have to try and catch up with you next time you're online, so give me a shout, man. I think you've got my Discord. Yeah, some games are awful to play with cameras, and others seem to be alright, so I'm not entirely sure what that's about, but never mind. Have you found a possible place, have you?
There's some flat land over here with wheat and corn. Wheat.
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 Like Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
So what we're looking for at the moment, guys, is that well, Smeds, I just use one PC at the moment. As soon as my wife lets me have a second one, I'll be using a 2 PC setup. But you know how it is. We could fill in a bit of this land down here, and then we would be next to the trees. Yeah, cheers, Smeds. I'll keep you updated on how that goes. I'm surprised she's not dropped in, actually. She's a nightmare for that. We could fill in a bit of this land and kind of work around here, maybe. Because then we're in the middle of stuff, and like we've got trees right next to us, so we could set up a stockpile. Maybe that would be a good thing to set up now. So, this game. This game. It is your typical survival game in that you need to gather tools, or you need to create tools. It's a bit like Wildlands in a way, because each function, like, you know, cooking and masonry and farming, everything requires its own bench. Wildlands kind of did that the last time we played that. So you've got your tools which you can upgrade, and everything can be built starting with this thing here, which is this workbench here. So on this workbench you've got various crafting recipes. Anybody who's played survival games before will recognize the type of game this is. We haven't really played it all that much. We literally, how would you say, we literally bought this server, tested it, and then reset the map, and that's where we are. So we don't know everything about this game. This is a whole new game, really, to us. So all I'm doing here is I'll quickly get together some wood, because that's how we start getting things together. Do you want to comment a bit on the whole...
Notice that my pie graph is small because I need to eat. I cannot work because I'm so hungry. So we have to look at what each food gives us.
So I'm going to make a stockpile for us.
As you'll notice, I just ate 1 tomato and my skill points per day just went from 20 to 22.7. And it might keep going up depending how balanced this stays, but it might also go down depending if it starts to become unbalanced. You eat too much of one thing. But at the start of the game, you kind of have to eat quite a bit because there's certain skills we'll have to get.
Yeah.
Keep our hunger up for a while.
The other thing about this game is that it's very difficult to specialize in everything, and that's why it's such a community game. They want you to put together a community and to work together for a common aim.
Yeah. Like, I think it's literally impossible for us as just two people to learn everything we want in this game. We literally have to pick between 2 or 3 professions to, over time, kind of up the skills for them.
Oh, you know what? I've put those things where I wanted to. Oh well. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is this thing. This area here is called the stockpile, and you'll have seen me stack these logs. So I'll just pick them all back up again. This stockpile basically allows us to stockpile stuff. But the exciting thing about this game, and I know people are going to call me sad for this, but the exciting thing is what you can do is go into your benches, click on this storage, and link stockpiles. So now I don't have to have the wood in my inventory to do it.
Anything that goes into the stockpile you can then use at your workbench.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's such a nice idea. And
yeah.
Why more games don't have it, I do not know. I will say this, that this game is not your normal survival game. It's far more involving, and it's all about management of what you're eating as much as it is you creating stuff, you know, like building and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an easy game. Which is good. We're not after an easy game. There was a point at which I thought it might be just too difficult because there's a lot involved. Yep. And I think if you buy this game, you might start to appreciate just how.
And then the first time I looked at it after buying it, I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god! Like.
I remember that initial conversation where we bought it and it was just like, oh, what have we got ourselves in for? I remember saying to you, do we want to do this? And you were like, we're invested now. We've got to do this.
Too late.
Yep, too late.
Alright, so my nutrients are going down way too much for working, so I'm gonna have to get those skills that kind of help keep your hunger up a bit. Damn. That should help. Helps a bit.
Smed says as long as it doesn't have the system shock too difficult, yes, it should be doable. I don't think I played System Shock. I remember that game. I do remember that game, but I'm not entirely sure whether I ever played it.
Yeah, same here.
But if you're saying that, I'm guessing it was difficult. But like we said, Smeds, if anybody wants to get this game, get it and give us a shout, and you can come and join our server.
Definitely.
We're keeping tabs on who we invite. Because it's such a co-op game, it's not just about inviting people on. It's kind of, we want people who are going to be able to assist in the main aim as well. So, but certainly if anybody fancies joining, just give us a shout. LJ, all I'm doing here is I'm just filling in some of this land here that we were talking about before.
Alright.
Smed says, long story short, if you put many points into, say, hacking, and you reach a point in the game where you need a high repair skill, you basically have to restart the game. Oh dear. Well, I suspect this game might be a bit like that, and that's why they're pushing the whole community thing.
Yeah.
It's really not. Although you can play it one player, it's not a one-player game. In fact, it's not really a two-player game, to be honest.
Like usually people will pick probably two professions, so you can have like a hunter, guy who's a hunter and a chef, so he can hunt your food, cook it up, and everyone can eat. And then somebody else is a carpenter who builds everyone's houses and, you know, keeps everything to upkeep and everything. And what else is there? And eventually you get
Mason.
engineering and stuff because you need to build vehicles and stuff, apparently.
There's the masons for the stone masonry.
Yeah. Certain keeping logs.
Yeah. Oh, there's farmers as well, of course.
Yes.
Not forgetting the farmers.
Farming is very important in this game.
And farming is damn complicated. I don't actually know whether you've read this, LJ, but each square on the map has a moisture rating. And if the moisture rating isn't enough for the plant, then it's just gonna die. But it's just so complicated, and that's why it's very difficult to skill up into different areas, because each skill is something that you've got to work at. It's not something that you just take up. You know, it's not skill points in a skill tree. It's a lot of things. Does it include pH levels and so on? It doesn't, not yet, but it does include nutrients. So maybe not pH levels, but the nutrients in the soil.
And plus, if you'll notice on the map in the world layers tab, everything that you can search up in this world, it shows, like, it's insane the amount of statistics that you have for this world.
There's also, which I've actually lost this thing for. Let me just see if I can find it. I was just about to talk about the web page side of things as well, LJ.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's really quite an interesting part to this, in that you don't have to be in the game to see it. What I'll do is make sure I haven't got anything naughty on my screen, because that's never happened before. Desk? Is that the one that I'm after? Ah, okay. wrong screen. Right, there we go. So there's part of the game which kind of, it's got a portal built into it, so you can actually see stuff about the game, but in a web interface. So this is the web page for our map. Ignore the laws and elections because that hasn't been fully implemented yet. But here you can see the full map, the full globe, as it were, that we are on currently. You can check the population in different places, check the wheat population. Obviously we haven't picked any wheat yet. You might see a slight decrease in the bean population. Yeah, so there's an ever so slight decrease in the bean population there, because I've been picking beans. There's also the, if it's going to work. Yeah, here we go. So you can also use this drop down menu to find certain places on the map. So say you are after bison. So if we click on bison, it'll give you a heat map as to where the bison are found. Or it'll give you a heat map as to where clams are found on the map.
That says, I thought you said this was early access.
I know, it's scary, isn't it?
Exactly what we were saying. It's like, this is early access still.
But I think that goes to show just how complicated this thing is going to be. You know, I think if we catch it early, and this goes for anybody who's interested in playing, if we catch it early, we might get our heads around the early bit.
Yeah.
So when they then introduce the extra stuff, then we have a chance. Oh, hello Quent, thank you very much for the stream, the host even. The stream, what the hell am I on? Quentin!
Quent.
Good old Quent. I know you'd be going less of the old. Whatevers. I knew that. Yeah. So, for anybody who's just joined, we're exploring a new game. It's new to us, sorry. Let me just change that back to without the camera. Yeah, so this game's called Eco, and it is a geographical survival game. It's not only about survival. We are trying to protect the Earth from a giant asteroid that's usually in the sky. I don't think that's it, I think that's the moon. But it's a very involving game, basically. That's what we're trying to get across. It's not your standard survival game. But Quentin, how was your Fortnite adventure? I don't think I've ever seen you play that before.
Did you hear that they came out with a 20-team version of Fortnite?
A 20-team one?
You can be on teams of 20 now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Teams of 20? What
Yeah.
the hell? It's bad enough trying to like organise a team of 2 or 3. Quentin says because Fortnite is shit, but it was okay, I guess. Oh, that's fair enough. I don't know, LJ and I have played it a few times, and I've played it a few times on my own, and I just can't get my head around it. It's not that I dislike it, I just for some reason can't play it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just seem to have this mental block. But it's like I was saying to Quentin before. It's cool that members of Team Mafia are getting together and actually doing like a team game. You know, that's awesome. It just shows that we're a fairly tight crew. Quentin was like, "It's okay for the bands for a little bit." Yeah, I think I can only do 2 or 3 games before I'm like, yeah, I'll come back to this tomorrow. I think. So apologies for the darkness on my screen. It's turned to night, so just trying to get some resources together. Give me Final Fantasy any day. Yeah, you've been absolutely whoring that game recently. Every time I look. And that's not a problem, I was just saying. Before anybody thinks I'm having a go. Hey. Oh no, I'm too hungry to work. Oh, you're on Final Fantasy 4? It's 4, the after years, then 5, then 6. Well, the last Final Fantasy game I played was 14, A Realm Reborn. I am gonna need something to eat. This might be a good time to point out part of this game is all about nutrition as well. So, to do stuff. Oh, you've got it. Ah, sweet. If you ever fancied going back to it, I might, I'd be tempted to go back to Final Fantasy 14. I've got a black mage. And a bard as well. That was fun to level up. But yeah, anyway, this game is all about nutrition, so, well, not all about nutrition, but partially about nutrition. So your experience that you get every day depends on what you eat and the calorific intake of what you're eating. So I'm going to eat some tomatoes, some huckleberries and some beans, and you'll see this number here either go up or down next to the graph. So the graph will get bigger to indicate that my stomach's getting fuller. Badass. I had it for PS4, but then I think I got it for PC as well. But the keyboard and mouse. Oh, is it a tad laggy? See, this is what I didn't want.
I wonder if I'm getting lag too.
Just take off a couple of these things that I know cause issues. It's not going to look as good, but it's quick. I don't like it on PS4. I can't use the keyboard. Ah, right. See, I really enjoyed playing it on PS4 with the keyboard and the mouse. That was good fun.
order to make a wooden hoe, need basic crafting 3. So
Obviously, mean the PC. Yeah, yeah. I know what you mean. I'll create a campfire. We should probably clean up some of this crap here.
now we can make a wooden hoe.
Use keyboards just for text chat when doing dungeons. Yeah, I used to quite like the dungeons in there. What were they called? They didn't call them dungeons, they called them fests or something. Still laggy. Oh. What the hell? I don't know what else to turn down.
Can someone let me know if it's laggy on my end as well?
Fates, that was it. Right. I've turned the graphics all the way down so it looks like early 3D games. I don't think it matters in this game, to be honest. There's too much of a survival aspect of it. Oh, they had dungeons. Was it Fates with the overworld stuff? Like, just random happenings in the world, and dungeons were the dungeons. Yeah. Ah, right. But anyway, I need to get fed up. Right, okay. I'm almost at like 4/4 for my nutrition, which is great. Does LG run like that in real life? I don't know. What? Explain that statement. Oh, LJ, I did learn that if you chop up the stumps, then more trees can grow.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's something about the trees, see if there's anything. Watch him run. You do look like you're doing some sort of Baywatch run.
Perfect. What I was going for.
It isn't hard to do crack the concept of what I said. Yeah. Oh, there's rabbits over there as well. Anyway, LG. Is there anything else you want to say about this game before we get any further in?
Not really. I think we've covered most of it.
Mm-hmm. My game's laggy. Is it that bad, is it? My voice cuts out a little too.
Really? Hey, what you mean we can make really tight red leotards in this game? I hope not. For your guys' sake.
Hmm. Oh, I can't play like that. That's ridiculous. It's not a demanding game, but it's early access, so they might not have sorted it out yet.
I wonder if it's iffy on both of our ends.
I don't know, but I'm on like
Maybe.
absolute like Nintendo 64 kind of graphics.
What the hell?
Makes it look like some sort of pixel game. It looks like Staxel in 3D. Like in some sort of weird. No lag now though. Great. Okay. Well, I'll play it like this. Oh god, I'm gonna need a drink, I think. Ah, Quent's got a game that we might like called Niflheim.
Oh yeah.
Hmm. I've never played that before.
Never heard of it.
Oh, me too. Right, okay, let's get going, otherwise... I was only one streaming it. Ah, right. Ah. Got that when it went for early access. Is this Niflheim? Right guys, we're gonna have to play it like this. It might not look pretty, but if it's not lagging now, then it's all good. So, LJ, do you want to describe what you're doing?
I am hoeing the field.
Hoe in the field.
Got some beans that we want to plant because beans are apparently pretty rare in this game. Far between, so we're gonna plant some.
Now, I also read somewhere that it was on Reddit actually, that you get penalised for crops being too close together, and you get
Really?
penalised if wheat and corn are planted together in the same field.
What?
I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
I wouldn't worry at our level. I think they're talking about like
yeah.
super, you know, high yield kind of things. So what are we missing? Right, I've put down this. Let's add some skill points. Shall I go chef?
Yeah, if you want to do the chef again.
Do you want me to go farmer or hunter?
That is your call. I don't really know what I'm gonna do yet. Probably carpentry.
Okay, well, I've got farmer. So apparently I get given a scythe. Yes, I have been given a scythe.
Perfect.
Oh, the other thing in this game is you can't delete things from your inventory. I think they're trying to push home the fact that if you create something, there needs to be an overhead for you trying to get rid of that thing. So ordinarily in the real world we would burn it, I guess, or bury it. In this game it makes you burn it, but then you obviously cause pollution because of the burning. So that's another way that you can damage the world.
Yeah. I even saw in a video there's actual pollution blocks that start to form eventually.
Yeah.
That you have to like try and hide underground so it doesn't get emitted into the air.
Oh man, that's mad.
I know. I'm gonna get healing.
Hippies. Quen's calling us hippies. I suppose this game is a bit of a commune simulator.
At least we ain't hugging the trees.
Yep.
Alright. I'm gonna be a builder. Man, my stomach runs out so fast.
There's no game sounds on this. Yeah, they're just very quiet because I turned them down. I thought they were going to be overpowering. Can you hear them now? Oh, good. Okay, right. Let's figure out what we need to do.
Logs.
So how was everybody's day going anyway? Apart from my streaming issues.
My day was alright.
Excellent.
Yeah. Can't complain.
That's what we want. I am celebrating having the next 9 days off. I don't know. I've got a whole slew of things that I want to do. I need to start going back to the gym, but other than that, I want to attempt a 24-hour stream. I want to attempt a 12-hour stream first, of course.
Oh yeah.
And I want to try and finish 3 bottles of rum by the end of the week. Oh, I've got to give it beans. Can I plant an untapped block? I love you two and your wacky games. Yeah, we do play crazy shit, I guess.
Someone's got a plan.
Yeah, somebody's got a plan. There we go. So we're making some campfire beans. I'd like to think they're kind of spicy beans, but maybe not. So much better than either Fortnite, COD or PUBG. And that Overwatch. I don't know whether you're taking the piss. But yeah, I'd like to think that it is better. The problem is that everybody streams those games at the minute, and I've got nothing against those games, but when you just can't play them, you can't play them. You know, I find it difficult playing them. Yeah, we do it, but oh, you saying no? I just mean only what everybody else is streaming. Yeah, it's because co-op games aren't the thing people want to play. Everybody wants to play PvP games.
I'm just not into that.
Yep.
Fun once in a while, but that is definitely once in a while.
Smudge game says which sucks. And Quent wants to play with a Japanese lass. Well, that's fine. Oh man. When we were in Japan, even my wife agreed that every other girl that we saw in Japan was more beautiful than the last. And I honestly have to agree with her. Like, literally every person you saw, you didn't think you could get any more beautiful, and then the next one would come along and you'd be like, oh man, shit.
Never mind.
Ah.
Yeah.
You need to go to Harajuku. Alright. Went to visit in the bog. Ooh, got some campfire beans. I tell you what we do need though. Strangely. Cancel that. Smed says, mind you, armor's still pretty big. That's a co-op. Granted, most streamers are going life roleplay with the occasional male sim, but it's something else, I guess. Yeah, you know, I've got armor. I've got armor 2 and armor 3, and both those games are fantastic. I must admit, I bought them for the DayZ add-in, or the DayZ mod, but I did play a bit of Altus Life, which is the life simulator, I guess. This is your... You've got both benches going hell for leather with the hewn thingies.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm sitting...
One hairstone and then we can get another one going.
Yeah, I'll start trying to get some extra wood. Quent wants to go to Kyoto. Must have been talking to a lass from part of Japan. Yeah, Kyoto was awesome. When we went to Japan, we did 2 weeks in Japan. We did a week in Tokyo, which was awesome, as you might expect. And we did a week in Kyoto, which is the old capital. And it was amazing. Like, honestly, it's kind of a once in a lifetime experience because it's quite expensive to get there. But I mean, and it's a 19-hour flight. 19 hours. But it's so... It's awesome once you get there. And it's just a different world. It's honestly a different world. Quentin's so many tiny depressing cans of beer. Yeah. They've got these British bars over there called oh, what are they called? Oh, the Hub. I think they meant to say the pub, but they call it the Hub. And if you're English and you go into those places, you just draw such a crowd because everybody wants to talk to you. Because everybody wants to practice their English. We got invited into a wedding party when we were there. Everybody was like, "Oh, you must come and join us. You must come and join." It was like, it's rude to kind of decline, and you're like, "No, okay." then next thing you know, you're drinking these crazy Japanese drinks. And there's a local drink around here which you probably never heard of, LJ, although it is over in your area, called Newcastle Brown Ale. It's a Newcastle drink. It used to be brewed here, but it's brewed in Yorkshire now, which means nothing to you. But they had Newcastle Brown Ale over there, but in these tiny little export bottles, or the import bottles, and it was kind of a little taste of home. It was quite nice, but the bottles were so dinky. It was so strange. Quentin knows what I'm talking about. For anybody still watching other than Quentin, what we're doing at the moment is we're just trying to get some resources together. Part of the experience in this game is the eating, what you've got in your stomach at the time. The other part, or that is the experience, you also get a modifier for your house. So if you don't have a house, you don't get this modifier.
Yeah.
And that's what we are trying to produce now.
Just finished the first house, well, room to the house.
Quinn says, well, seems though I love Nuki and I'm near where they brew it. Yeah, what are you, because they brew it in Tadcaster now, I think. That rings a bell. I'm sure I've read that on the side of a bottle. I know you're in the same sort of area. Chatty.
You have
Yeah.
a hammer, right?
Yeah. Do you want hammer?
No, I have one, but if you want to make the the base of your house,
Mhm.
and I can help build it if you want.
Did you... this is cool.
Yeah, it's a bit small, but it's only the first room. So.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And the different rooms, the way the game defines a building is quite odd. I think it's 4 walls and a roof with no more than 3 holes. That's the way they define it. So humans have 2 holes. No. Yeah, I think that's the way they define it. A house is 4 walls and a roof. Did you grab the land around your base, as it were?
Yeah, I claimed it.
Because apparently you don't need to claim it until after you've grabbed the land, after you've built.
Okay.
So if you ever build and you haven't grabbed enough land, I would just wait until you've built it and then just grab the land afterwards.
Yeah.
That was another thing that I read on the wiki and Reddit. Right, okay. So now I'm gonna go and build some bits. Actually, I can't because all of these are still building bits.
This one isn't.
Oh, right. Is this connected to the storage? Yes, it is. So you will have to tell me how to do this because I've never built a house before.
All you use is the stone hammer while you're holding the hewn logs.
Alright, okay.
And then it shows if you hold shift and use your mouse wheel, you can pick between the blocks or the walls.
Hmm. Inventory only accepts non-carried items. So I've got to drop it into my carrying area. And then from here I choose my hammer, which I haven't got on my inventory. There we go. Okay. Alright, I see.
Yeah.
Oop. So how do you change the type of block that it is?
You hold shift and then use your mouse wheel.
Hold shift.
And
Oh,
it
there you
should go between the wall and the block. And then the more we learn, the more we can get. Eventually we can get like roofing and stuff.
How big is your house? Is it like 5 by 5 or
6 by
3, 4, 5,
Right.
6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Quince's get a land survey, dig it out, get some hardcore whacker down, and concrete it all over, and lay your foundations. Cheers, Quint. Right, so there you go. What I'll do is I'll start digging. I'll start making more hewn logs. If only it was that easy, Quentin.
Wait for some more logs. So,
I'm too hungry to work again.
yeah, I'm getting there too.
Don't forget to build the brewery. I think you can actually grow hops. I want to say that we can grow hops, but what is that? Bunch grass. Is that for planting a bunch of grass?
Build a carpenter's table. that cart.
How high did you build your walls?
1, 2, 3. Wait, 1. I think 3 high.
Okay.
And then put the roof on the top tile.
Yeah, so kind of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is all very exciting. I've never built a house in this before. I can't believe I've just described this as exciting. But there you go.
True carpenters. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping we can fish off this bit.
Yeah, I want to see what it's like to fish in this game.
Yeah. The problem is every time I've bought the fishing skill, I haven't had a house to put the fishing bench in. So hopefully this time things will be different. This time I like rape. For anybody who doesn't get that reference, I'm not actually admitting that. It's a joke. Every time I hear somebody go, this time things will be different. I'm like, it's Chris Hansen.
Yeah.
This time things will be different. This time I like rape. Yeah, alright, Chris.
What are your skill points at?
Alright, LJ. I'll speak to you soon. Hopefully. Sorry?
Elder.
What?
Did you say alright, Elder?
I mean Quentin. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
God.
I'm going somewhere?
Hey, bye, LJ.
See
Surprise!
Guess I'll go play something else.
Quentin says, yeah, you cheeky bastard. Get out of here. Quentin says, LJ. Sorry, I know, I said LJ. I meant Quentin. Yeah, I'm a dick, Quentin. Oh,
Just
man.
don't play with you. Thanks for helping me build the house.
Yep, see. Don't need you anymore, dude. Oh, now I feel bad.
That was hilarious.
And you're quite obviously very different people as well. Like, I'm pretty sure you couldn't get you and Quentin mixed up in real life. Maybe one day I'll learn your name, you know. Maybe after a few years of streaming together, you know, just.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah, we're all good, guys. We're all good.
I'm gonna have to make another stockpile because I guess my carpenter's table is too far from that stockpile.
No, well. Yeah, just do it. It's not like it costs much, is it? Like 2 logs or something. 2 or 3 logs.
Oh, yeah,
That's all it was.
Not bad. Deal.
Oh, I'm starting to get out hewn logs. All of that shit up. Go on, getting jip off the stream tonight. So, cheers, guys. I know I'm a failure. My computer's not fast enough. And apparently, my brain isn't fast enough. And yeah, it's been a long week. Long week this week.
True that.
You build as fast as I do on Fortnite. Yeah. Oh man, I cannot get used to building on Fortnite. What an absolute joke that game is. I was chasing somebody down on Fortnite, and before I even knew what they were doing, they like built a base. And you're like, how the hell did you just do that? That's like unfair.
Nuts how quickly people can build a base in that game.
Oh yeah, it's. I think it just proves that they've got feck all else to do. It's like, Christ.
Alright, I'm gonna go cut some more trees.
I'm gonna join you. Actually, we could do with building a repair station.
True.
I don't have basic crafting one. As I was, you asked before what my points were at. They're at 26.5.
Holy shit. See, mine are down at 19 because I've been having to eat huckleberries. That's all I have, but it keeps taking my points down.
Right. Yeah, you need to get some tomatoes, some what am I eating? Beans. You know, you just
all the beans I had.
I've got 4.
Might check the map for some beans and tomatoes and do some picking after.
Beans were around here, like literally over here. Yeah, there's some.
Yeah. Okay. One sec.
There's a ton around here. A metric fuck ton.
Metric fuck ton.
Yeah, but they're all around here. As long as you look for those like kind of whitey coloured things,
Alright.
you should be good. Oop. Forgot about that log. Right, give me 2 seconds.
Yeah. Try and grab some food. There's some 6 beans. Okay, need mold. Because just destroyed those beans with a log, which sucks. Damn it. It's neat because the other day when I was playing this, huckleberries were like the thing that kept my skills at bay. But today they're hindering me, so I can't eat huckleberries. There we go. I gotta remember where my home is. What's up, buddy? Let's drop place here. Drop point. You can make a drop point or waypoint, and then all you have to do, you can make a title for it. Now it's home. Wherever I go, I know how to get back home.
Hello.
Which comes in handy. Hey. Oh yeah, you want me to make a repair table?
Oh, I was just in the process of doing that. Yeah, I don't have basic crafting at the moment, so I can't currently.
Make one. We're gonna need more stones.
I can go and do that.
Okay. I'll start making some hewn logs with the other one again. Finish up your house.
Yeah, but Smeds, if you ever want to, if you do want to get this game, seriously, just tell us that you're getting it and we'll add you to the server. If you're interested, that is.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Smeds.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. One workbench can only reach one stockpile for some reason.
Alright. That's kind of weird because they were fine the other day.
I know. Unless we rebuild them right beside each other, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I suppose it doesn't actually cost anything because you just bonk it on the head and then it's done. I thought I'd lost an avocado. What a strange situation to be in.
It rolled up on it.
Yeah. That's what I'm after.
Everybody's after people.
Everybody, this is what I'm after. Nothing more, nothing less. Oh, hang on, this isn't normal stone, is it? No, it is. It wasn't making the same kind of noise. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. Thank you very much. Sorry, I thought you were just creating a thingy.
No. Yeah, I think that's done. One of the, I don't know which workbench, but...
Let's make some more logs. Why do we constantly have to make logs? Only you can get this thing off here.
Oh, okay.
Is there any way we can up the gamma?
Where shall I put?
I'll just knock up the brightness a bit.
I'll just place it here for now.
We need more trees.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, but if we got a... Yeah, there it is. Storage, stockpile.
Right now I'm losing like 28 calories per hit. Hitting a tree.
Ouch.
Yeah, like...
Yeah, we definitely need more wood. Yeah, so if you chop up tree stumps, apparently it means that... Oh. It means that that area is free to take other stuff. So that's why trees will grow there.
Okay. Cut them up then.
I mean, we can go past later on and just grab as many as we can. I've just been chopping them down when I come across them. So Smed, do you think this is the type of game that you're interested in? I know we're putting a lot of pressure on you at the moment. Sounds a bit nipped when you shout that. Oh, Smed's just making coffee. But we made LJ one.
Where's my coffee?
Where's my coffee? I was just saying, do you think this is the type of game that you would be interested in, or is it not really your thing? Sorry, I didn't know you weren't there. It's something you'd enjoy. It's time that's the issue. Yeah. I guess if there's a few of us playing, then time wouldn't be as much of an issue, I don't think. Apparently, a lot of people are saying that in the beginning, it's quite time consuming, but when you get towards the, not the end, but when you get like towards the middle bit, past the first few days, it's actually quite the type of game where you log in every day and do a few things and top your nutrient levels up and that kind of thing. So it might be the type of game that you want. It depends on whether you can spend a few days at it to start with. That repair station is awesome. Ooh, I should be able to finish my abode.
I don't know what that was, Smeds. I heard that weird feedback sound too.
It's probably me. Everything else is me tonight.
Damn it, Snow.
I'm sorry, Mr. LJ.
Higgins.
If I've told you once, I've told you twice.
New dubstep track? Yeah, that's the new Skrillex right there.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm just gonna go and toast a muffin. I know that sounds like a euphemism for something, but I'm actually gonna go and toast a muffin.
You toast that muffin. I don't get look how much I'm losing. 36 calories per hit now. Like, I can't stay full. I don't get it. 95 now? Because my weapon's broken. So that was a waste of my hunger. Great. Great. Damn opposed. Yeah, it is, because now I'm only doing 19. Well, good to know. My boards are done. Oh, that was a stump. Okay. that we have that, we should be able to make a wooden cart. Okay. Yeah. Oh, gotta collect the. In here. Where the hell? Oh, right there. Small wooden cart. Thank you. Alright. While that's building, give me 1 sec, peeps. I will be right back.
Hello, sorry about that.
All good. I'll be with you in a second.
Alright, no worries. Sorry guys, just had to go and toast a bagel for my avocado.
Alright.
Oh.
E. Just made a small wooden cart.
And they're really useful, as we found out the other day.
Just gonna keep it right over here. And on the deed, I will put both their names on it.
That reminds me, I need to do mine as well. My
This is
house,
mine
that
too.
is.
Need a chest.
Right, to claim land, what you need is these claiming things. And what that does, it allows you to claim land. Such as that. So what do you do after you've claimed the land, LJ? Oh, I've got the deed.
Yeah.
So then I can add you to the deed. And that should
Dr.
now be...
Snufftown.
Yep, very poorly named.
Mine's LJ Berg.
LJ Berg and Dr. Snufftown.
Perfect. Sounds like a kid show.
Mm-hmm.
Come on down to LJ Berg. That was horrible.
It's better than the stick song. Stick, 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 stick,
Sticky, stick, stick.
Yes. Can't believe the stuff on kids' show these days.
Storage chest complete. Alright.
Alright, so I'm currently on plus 26.3 points. How does that compare to you?
I'm at 23.1 because I've been eating nothing but beans. Anything else makes it go down.
Yeah.
I also noticed the worse your condition of weapon is, the more calories you lose for using that weapon or tool. That's why I was losing so many calories every time I was swinging that axe.
Ah, these purple. Oh, dude, there you go. That's what we've wanted. Oop, B.
Awesome. Whatever.
Right, I have just found how to get Camus or Cambus root.
Ooh.
You have to dig these purple plants.
Okay. Alright. Put the deeds in.
Oh no.
Beans. Call them elderberries. Huckleberries. Freaking Ylands. else can I make? I make doors for places. I guess I'll make those.
Yeah, if you use the spade on these purple flower things, you get canvas, or you got a chance of getting camas bulbs.
Ooh.
And then you see this? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you plant them, you'll get a camas plant, strangely. And they make really good campfire food.
Okay. Good to know. Plant a couple of them then. Shall we?
Charlie. I'm just gonna pick this corn because there's bound to be a bit more around here. Plus, if I don't pick it, then I can't regrow it. So. Right, we've got basic crafting level 2 now.
Nice. Alright. Yeah, we can also pick up these leaves that give us burn spores and fiddleheads. That can be baked in a baked roast or a fiddlehead salad.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I think we should possibly build the fishing station very soon, because we've both got houses that we can dump it in.
Yeah, it's true. We should.
I was thinking when I was on the bus today, is there anything to stop us from just storing the benches in chests until you need to use them, in which case you can retrieve them from the chest and then build them?
I don't know. I haven't tried that. I don't know if you can put them in the chest.
Hmm.
Good question. Our doors are just about done.
What are you doing, doors?
Yeah, making doors for our houses.
Mm.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful.
Mm.
This is just about done. Well, never mind. 4 minutes. Getting there.
You know what's nice
if
about...
we,
Oh, sorry, go on.
if we get, I was just gonna say, if we get the fishing thing, I'll probably take up fishing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Get that skill. What were you gonna say?
I can't remember now.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, LJ, it was super important.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.